so I just got back from Astral traveling experience. Oh my fucking god, that shit was just. Oh my. I feel like sleep paralysis. Oh, Astral traveling experience, my bad. Astral projection. It's Astral traveling, right? I think I did. Um. Oh my god, that shit was so hectic. So fucking odd. Alright, so this is what happened. Alright, so I'm Astral traveling. So usually I was meditating at first. It's alright. So I'm like, alright, cool, meditating. And then I'm Astral traveling. And I was like, alright. And I'm in this parallel world. And so I was talking to my higher self. Telepathically. Well, so this is what happened. So this astral world. So the first parallel Earth was odd. Very odd. Because going downstairs, well, it was nighttime actually. And me there, it's like, same age as I'm right now, 18. Like, alright, cool. And, oh my god. This shit was wild. Fucking hell. Right? So I'm like, alright, cool. And I see this. Look outside, I see this dog. This odd dog. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's kind of like Rexy. But I had a feeling intuitively, I was like, that's not Rexy. And then I hear a dog barking. Another dog barking. Because mind you, the dog I see, it's like at the pond. Hold up a second. I have like, I think I can show you guys the pond. So, hold on, I gotta. So, my pond is like right over there, right? It's like right over there. Beautiful, right? Beautiful. All right, so hold on. How do I? Yeah, those are my crystals. All right, so fuck. All right, so yeah, and it was right at my pond, and I was like, it was laying down. I was like, oh shit. All right, cool, right? And then I'm still thinking egotistically, that's Rexy. It has to be Rexy. It's kind of like Rexy, right? And fucking Rexy, that my dog Rexy then comes out, right? And I forget what the fuck was my mom saying. I don't really remember what she was saying. But what I do recall is uh, Rexy went out. Rexy comes outside and fuck. Rexy comes outside and they start just going back and forth. There was another dog that was barking, and they start going back and forth. And then the other dog I thought was Rexy was bigger than my dog. Was bigger than my dog. So I have a Jack Russell Terrier, and the other dog was bigger but older. I think it was older, or she or he was older. I was like, what the fuck? And Rex just, I'm like, Rex, come inside, come in right now, come in. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then fucking, man, it was two experiences. You two experiences. And so the first experience, right? He comes inside. I'm like, all right, cool. And sorry, because I just came to. Um, and I'm like, all right. And I'm looking at, and like the door is like, I close the door on the dog, and I'm thinking like, maybe they should come in. Like they seem injured, they seem hurt. And it was so fucking odd because my mom looked at me. She was like, "We're not taking the dog in." And I was just looking at the dog. My intuition was like, "Don't fucking let that dog inside." And I was like, "Why not? I don't understand." Right? And then I'm just that highly soft. I've always had a soft heart for animals. I've always had a soft heart for animals. I was earlier today, right? I was looking at a turkey, wild turkey. I live in the country. I love being in the country because there's so much nature. So I saw like a wild turkey, right? And this wild turkey, straight up, I was looking at it while watching it, or trying to watch a movie. Well, not a movie, a show. Oh, yeah. I was trying to watch a show, and that part was probably it wasn't a dream. This experience was so scattered, like so. Oh my god, it felt so unreal. Oh my god. Um. So I probably will be scattered as hell. Speaking about, I mean, I'm already pretty scattered, right? Um. But yes. Um. So. Oh fuck. So basically, I am looking. So I'm like, all right, cool. My intuition's telling me this dog is like bad news. I'm like, fuck, okay, cool. And so animals could really listen. Animals could really understand you in this world, in this astral world, though, in this parallel Earth. Animals could really fucking understand you. Um, but what happened? So I'm like, all right, cool. And like the animal's just giving, like the dog is just giving you puppy eyes. Just I know it was looking at me. Rather, I thought it was looking at me, and I was just looking at him or her, and I was like, bro, I was like, we can't let them in. And like my mom was like, fuck, no, can you not hear? Do not let the dog in. And I was like, mind you, it's nighttime and shit. And I'm like the light to my front light is on, and I'm like, you guys serious? And they're like, yes. Now let the fucking dog in. They practically were saying it like that. Their energy was very like just stop being a stubborn, egotistical bastard right now, right? My intuition's like yelling at me like, don't fucking do that. And like, mind you, the conscious me is like getting so just. This is how I was like, damn. And then I went upstairs. Cause mind you, like conscious when you're after traveling, consciously speaking, it's just skipping around, so you're not actually seeing, you're actually watching yourself walk upstairs. So I just see myself upstairs in the in the dining room on one of the black chairs. I'm like, all right, cool. And the church did look different. It was different in this world. But again, everything looks different all the time. And my mom was doing something in the kitchen. No, my mom was on the deck. She was outside on the deck. And my older brother was in the kitchen. I think my younger brother was like around, but not in the kitchen. I don't really. Yeah, I think so. Because I remember his presence being right around. So here's the funny part, right? I'm just sitting there. I'm just looking at the dog. It's like the dog, like, see, for some reason, no one closed the fucking front door. The screen door was the screen door was shut, but the fucking front door was not shut. So I'm looking like, so like I didn't make sense of this. And I was like, hold up a second, can someone shut that front? My Rex, go shut the front door. I'm like, hold it, like, mind you, I wasn't really comprehending. Like consciously, I'm like, what? I wasn't really comprehending. I just told my dog to go shut the fucking front door. And so my dog literally goes. He literally, I swear to you, this like in this astral world, right? This man literally, he walks, he runs down, and he just looks at the fucking, looks at the screen door. And my older brother is like, "Bro, what the fuck are you doing?" And I was like, "What? I don't get it." And my mom, not my mom, my younger brother's like, "Dude, what are you doing?" And like, you know, you can't do that. And I was like, oh shit! I'm like, go shut the screen door. I mean the front door, right? And by the time I'm saying this man is already, I think he was like wearing like a shirt like mine, similar to mine, and he was already like like at the front door, like at this door closing the front door. And I was like, okay, cool. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? And my mom was like, yeah, don't let the fucking dog in. There's like that she was. I was like, what do you mean? I'm like, so like she was like, look at its paws. And then my brother opened. I'm like, yeah. When she was talking, my brother opened the door again, and I was like, why the fuck? This man opened the door again. Like based on what she was saying, he was opening the fucking door, and I was like, what? Why do I need to see this? And it was like open to a point where I could see the dog, and like, wait, or yeah. And what happened? I was being shown the images of like its paws being very odd, like it was dying and old and decrepit. And I was like, oh my. She was like, yeah. She don't let that dog in. And I was like, she was like, I know you have a heart, I know you have a soft heart. I know you mean well, but don't let that dog in. She was like, it's literally, um, as she was saying, I go into 3D perspective. Wait, no, my bad, third person perspective. And I'm seeing, she was saying, how like the moon is, because the moon was out apparently at night when I was there. And I was being shown, she was saying like, hey, the moon is shining on like a part of the woods, and it's like telling me that, hey, someone like their dog is dying, like someone's dying right now. Most likely the dog is dying, so the dog's about to leave this plane of existence, and the moon is shining on the woods to kind of symbolize that, like just one part of the woods, mind you. And I was like, consciously, I'm thinking, like as I'm looking at shit, I'm like, how the fuck does that represent that? I'm like, you know what? Okay, okay. I'm not gonna try to think logically about it. I love when I'm in the astrals, right? When I'm in different, when I'm in a different parallel world, I'm trying to make sense of something that isn't like you don't make sense to these things. Even when you're in the astral planes, when you astral project, you don't make sense of what you're saying. You do not like. It's not good to make sense of these things. It's not gonna make sense. It's just gonna make you more confused. And I do it every fucking time, every time. Because like the ego in me is like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I'm just like, nah, bro. Fuck this. Fuck the logic. Fuck it. Fuck it. Who cares? Who the fuck cares about the logic? Just call it a fucking day. Um, nah, but so yeah, that happened, and I went back in third person point of view, or I think I was in first person point of view, and then I was in third person point of view. See how you know it's astrals and not a dream is because I think I said in my other video, about my awakening. You go from first point in the dreams lucidly, you can't jump from third person point of view to first person point of view. You can only be in either third person point of view or first person point of view. Now, when you're in astral realms, when you're in a parallel world, you can jump from when consciously when you're consciously in somewhere else's consciously in somewhere some another version of you's body. Sorry, I literally just came out. I literally just got back. Um, it literally is like you can jump from third person point of view to first person point of view at your own will at times. Um, but yeah, so I was like, whoa, okay. And I was in third person point of view again looking at the dog, and I was just like, oh my god. Like it's just like what like it was so adorable. She or he was so adorable. And just I could see like they were like I wanted to feed them. So like when my mom, I knew she was right. I was arrogant in this. Like I was eating food. I was eating a piece of chicken, and that didn't sit well with me. Consciously, I was like, "Am I eating chicken?" Like there was pizza, right? Because I remember we ordered pizza like yesterday, and I was thinking we somehow like we'd order pizza in this ash parallel world. My bad, in this parallel world too, like this parallel Earth, and we also ordered wings. And I'm looking like as I'm eating the wings, I'm being like throwing wings. Like my mom was kind of trying to throw shit out, you know, and clear up the place. And I was like, while I'm like conscious thinking, I'm a vegetarian. So when the fuck do I eat this shit? Like, what, am I really eating wings right now? And I remember thinking, I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do? I was plotting. Scorpios are very secretive. Scorpios are incredibly secretive at times. I'll say that. I was plotting to give this dog some food. Once everyone left the area and went to their own areas, I was plotting on giving this dog some food. Straight up. And I was saying to him like this, like my mom said she or he was dying, and I was like, I mean, yeah, I can see that, but like, they look hungry, and she was like, no, you gotta let them just pass on. She's passing on. She's in pain. She knows she's dying. She's dying. Something's not right. Not them in this house. And I was like, mind you, I'm being very arrogant and stubborn about things. My mom is just getting like I get touched. She was getting kind of frustrated a little bit with me, and I was getting pretty irritated because I'm like, bro, my mind. I could feel my energy that I was emitting. I was like, man, fuck y'all. And I was like, bro, you need to relax. Like she's right. I consciously I'm like, yeah, she's right. She's right. I can't deny she's right. And it was like in their person point of view, I was being shown like while I was seeing, not being shown. My bad. I was seeing just the body figure of the dog. I was just like, oh my god. I have such a soft heart for animals. I swear. Again, the wild turkey. I was looking out the window and I was like, hopefully he doesn't get hit by a car. I was just staring. My guides were looking at me like, stop staring at the wild turkey for, bro. if it gets hit, you're gonna be really sad. And I was like, I mean, yeah, but like I don't want it to get hit. um, but yeah, nah. So I was all right, and then and then I went to another parallel world, right? And so I'm not doing telepathy, like with with my guides, my higher self. That's why when I pause, it's like you can tell when I pause, it's for something. Now, what happened? So when I fucking so when I came to in this world, I was like sleeping, but kind of still in some sort of sleep paralysis. So I was like, it felt like astral projecting from way back, and I'm like, what the fuck? And like, shit, hold up. Sorry for the trash bag. I added that in my room out of the way. That door was open. My door was, and it was open like to a point where you could see the boys' bathroom like right across, and I was like, interesting. And then I'm looking over, and I think like just somehow the door was more opened, and I remember, and all I could see was this individual, this guy. I don't like saying color, but like there was this white guy, and he uh he was pretty built. Yeah, that's the last time I say color. That's the last time I said anyone's skin color. But then again, it's just description. It all depends on how you perceive things, right? Right. Um, and he was like my body type, like except a little bit bigger. He looked kind of like So my allergies are going off today. He looked kind of, I don't want to say an officer, but kind of like a police officer, like kind of like a individual kind of trained in the police academy a little bit. Like he was fit. He was fit, more fit than I am right now. And as he's walking and he's talking, I'm looking in my conscious mind, I'm looking like, who the fuck are you? And like and like me here, cause I'm in bed, right? I'm still in bed. Like I'm literally in bed. I'm like, wait, like I'm in bed. And so I'm thinking it's like a dream, right? But see, you know, it's not a dream when like you can literally feel things. I mean, and you can sense things. It's so odd. Like I'm just like this is all coming raw. Um, but I was thinking my mind like this is like a. I consciously I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? And I'm just looking at him like my body, the meter was not doing anything, just looking and like and froze. Like, how the fuck did you get in my house? And that was like my thought process. Like, oh my god, it was like the meter was like, how the fuck did you get in my house? Like, what? Who like what the fuck happened? And I'm like, all right, cool, right? And oh my god, it's this guy. He's being real odd, and all I see is he has like this small little gun behind, like you know those flare guns, like the mini versions of them that they used to have back in the day. He wanted those guns, and I was like my eyes opened, like bro, what the fuck is happening right now? And he was like, shh, like, don't talk. And cause I was like, bro, like, come on, now. And he's like, shh, don't talk. And he had glasses on. He had glasses on too. And he walked right. Oh shit, sorry. He walked like right here, and then he walked over there at my window, and he was just walking in such a conniving ass way that was like, shh. I'll tell you my master plan, like a villain, right? And I was like, what the fuck? And then he had his gun out at me, and the consciously I'm looking like, I froze consciously, like, what the fuck? And the meteor was like, bro, I am defenseless. I can't do a damn thing. Like, what is it? What do you want? What do you want? And he doesn't have a gun pointing at me like that. He just had it like kind of like curved in his hand. Like, no, he had like arm curved in a sense. That was like he was gonna do something. And it's like, I couldn't make sense of it. It was so fucking odd. And I was like, interesting. Yeah, he had this like cut up, he had this shirt, this blue shirt on. And it was just pure blue, I think. Or it was like lightish navy blue. And glasses on, like some sort of like an army cut in a sense. Like an army like sort of haircut. And I was like, the way his energy was moving, like in third person point of view, I was like, this something's wrong with him. I was like, so he has some sort of psychological issue. I could just tell. And then, mind you, somehow, then I'm like, this is a different parallel world. I'm like seeing, like, there's a show called The Nevers, and I'm seeing like, mind you, it just started, and I'm seeing like somehow this thing right where it's going back and showing me how like there's like a whole other season behind it. And in my consciously I'm looking like, that doesn't make sense. I'm looking like that doesn't make sense at all because like, but it looked different though. It looked rather different, and it was speaking about something completely different this time. And my body, like the meteor, was like, oh, okay. And I was like, how are you just saying okay to this? Like it was like completely, like it was like showing like a whole thing of seasons, right? And I'm looking like, bro, you like my conscious mind, I'm looking like you, what are you doing? Like you don't have time for that shit. And I hear my thoughts. I'm hearing my Damien's thoughts too. Like, well, and I can squeeze it in. I can squeeze it in. And I'm like, no, my conscious thing. I'm like, no, you can't. You got shit to do. And he's just like going back to the first episode, like of this first season. And my conscious mind was still thinking, how in the fuck is there another previous season of this when it just started? It doesn't make sense to me. Um, yeah, that. Oh my god, it was so odd. And then I was like trying to, mind you, while I'm coming back, my body's going through sleep paralysis, going through sleep paralysis, which is good because I go towards astral projection. And what happens is I am like trying to move my body. Like when the guy came in for that towards that parallel world, right? I was alright, cool. And then what happened? I was like, before he came in, I was trying to move my body, and then he came in, and I was like, oh, okay. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm like waking up, because that's how fucking real it is. Like I was like, okay, I'm waking up. And then when it came down to it, I was like, what the fuck? And then when I really came to, like my body was shaking. I mean, shaking. Like, I was literally shaking. And I was trying to open my eyes. I was like, oh my, like the experience was, I've never had an experience like this before. I was really trying to open my eyes. It felt like my eyes were open, but they weren't open. And like my hands were like twined together. And I was trying to like undo my hands. And it felt so odd. My hands weren't even like that at all. And oh my God. it was such an odd experience. I've never had an experience like this before, ever. This is the first time. And oh my God, it was so crazy. I'm thinking about it all. It was so crazy. I didn't even get to record the experience yet. Usually I record the experiences, not video recording them, but voice recording them. Sorry, I'm like, again, I just got out of the experience. But I do know that, but I do understand that when you're coming back to your body, sometimes it takes time. But this time it felt like complete sleep paralysis. But that was my experience with astral traveling. I'm going to be doing more videos because I will be doing astral traveling a lot more. And I love you guys. Stay tuned for more. My name is TMNJ Taras. I say my last name, but I don't feel like it. And yeah, subscribe, follow. Um, I, my Instagram, my Twitter, and my email are in the comment section below. So if you feel to email me, or follow me on Twitter, or follow me on Instagram, feel free. Go on ahead. I'll accept you. I'll reply back to you as soon as I can reply back to you guys. And Jane, goodbye in Japanese, informally speaking.